Zonk, the Dreaming Tortoise by David Hubler. This is a map of the Sonoran Desert, where Zonk lives with his family and friends. The Sonoran Desert is often very hot, and there's little water. "Look, a flying turtle!" Zonk shouted. Zonk and his friends, Bunny, Snake, and Coyote, were exploring and had found a rock with pictures painted on it. "It's a sea turtle, and he's swimming, not flying," said Coyote, who knew everything. "What's swimming?" asked Zonk. "See that bird flying through the air," said Coyote. "Swimming is like flying in water. Sea turtles live in the ocean, and there's water everywhere." Water everywhere. Everyone laughed. What an idea! All the way home, Zonk daydreamed of the sea turtle and swimming. That night, Zonk dreamed he was in the ocean swimming. "Wow!" Zonk shouted as he splashed through the waves. In the water he felt light as a feather. Then along came Fish. "What are you doing here?" "What's it look like? Swimming, of course," Zonk replied. "I happen to know. A sea turtle can swim, and a desert tortoise cannot," Fish pointed out. "Well, I can swim," said Zonk. "You're dreaming," Fish said, and swam away. Zonk woke up. Zonk asked his mom and his dad where the ocean was. "I'm going to learn to swim like a sea turtle." "I've never seen the ocean," said Zonk's mom. "Water everywhere. Who ever heard of such a thing?" Zonk's dad scoffed. "Silly Zonk." Zonk asked his friends Bunny, Snake, and Coyote to help him. "It's probably cold, and you won't find any prickly pear cactus to eat," said Snake. "Silly Zonk." "Why are you looking for the ocean, Zonk?" asked Bunny. "It's too far. Besides, what would you eat? Saguaro fruit doesn't grow in the ocean, silly Zonk." Coyote shifted his ears and growled. "The ocean is a bad place for a tortoise. You could drown, silly Zonk." Coyote had a point. Zonk decided he'd better learn to swim. Zonk went out into the desert, where he thought he was all alone. He balanced himself on top of a dune and started practicing swimming. He imagined himself floating on a cool, quiet ocean. Behind the barrel cactus, his friends Bunny, Snake, and Coyote watched and laughed. "Hee hee hee! Look at silly Zonk." Feeling embarrassed, Zonk went away to hide. Zonk climbed the highest bluff, hoping he would see the ocean. But all he saw was a saguaro covered in his favorite fruit. Deep in the canyon stood the skeleton of the oldest cactus, the spirit of the saguaro. Her flesh and thorns were gone, only her bleached bones rattled in the wind. Shaking from head to toe, with Bunny, Snake, and Coyote following behind, Zonk tiptoed carefully to the spirit of the saguaro to ask his question. "Ancient spirit of the saguaro, can you tell us where the ocean is?" Silence roared up and down the gorge. Coyote whispered, "Spanish, ask in Spanish." "Donde está el océano?" Zonk asked the spirit. The spirit answered, "No más sabemos lo que sabemos." "We only know what we know. What does it mean?" Zonk felt hopeless. "I don't know. It's all she ever says," answered Coyote. As Zonk and his friends headed for home, the spirit went to work. She spoke to the wind that whistled through her bones. High up over the mountains, the wind whispered the spirit's message. The hot air and the cold air began fighting a terrible fight. Lightning, fierce wind, and bellows of thunder rolled out over the desert. The hot air and the cold air became tired and fell from the sky onto the mountain. They turned into rain as they fell. This was the monsoon, the hot summer rain. Zonk had given up on trying to find the ocean. He was down in a wash, munching away at some beaver-tail cactus. The monsoon moved out over the desert, turning the dry washes into creeks and rivers. The creeks and rivers became a racing flash flood, heading for Zonk. The flash flood caught Zonk. Zonk went tumbling, tumbling, tumbling. The water slowed, became peaceful and deeper. "I'm in the ocean. It's my dream come true." Then he sank like a rock. Zonk panicked. "What can I do?" Zonk remembered Coyote's words, flying in water. He remembered his swim practice in the dunes. He started kicking his legs. Slowly he began moving through the water. Coyote was right. Swimming's like flying in water. Zonk burst to the surface and he shouted, "Air! Air!" Zonk paddled and the waves lifted him up and down. Suddenly, fish jumped out of the water, over Zonk's head. He scared Zonk and disappeared into the waves. "Oh no," thought Zonk. "It's fish trying to spoil my dream come true." Fish reappeared and asked, "Who are you?" Zonk looked him right in the eye and said, "I'm Zonk, the sea tortoise." Jumping out of the water into the sunlight, Fish shouted back, "Hi, Zonk. Happy to meet you." Zonk paddled away with his new friends to find new adventures in the ocean. The Sonoran Desert covers large parts of California and Arizona in the U.S. and the Baja California Peninsula and Sonora in Mexico, wrapping around the Gulf of California. Because the Sonoran Desert has 2 rainy seasons, it has more plant and animal life than most other deserts. Many of these plants and animals are found only in the Sonoran Desert. The Sonoran Desert's terrain includes everything from thorn scrub desert to beaches, dunes, and snow-capped mountains. Glossary. Desert, a place where little rain falls, fewer than 10 inches per year, with very few plants or animals. Saguaro, pronounced saguaro, a large tree-like columnar cactus that develops arms, grows up to 65 feet tall, and lives for up to 200 years. Saguaros are found only in the Sonoran Desert. Tortoise, a type of turtle that lives only on land. All tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. Sea turtles are not tortoises. Sonoran Desert tortoise. These tortoises are up to 15 inches long, olive to reddish or dark brown in color, and can live up to 80 years. Zonk is very special. A real Sonoran tortoise wouldn't be so brightly colored or able to swim. The ancient spirit of the saguaro. When a saguaro cactus dies, the bones or skeleton of the cactus will sometimes remain standing. It can take 70 years for a saguaro to grow one arm, so a skeleton with many arms is very old indeed. Could it be that a spirit lives there? Sonoran Desert monsoon storms. The word monsoon means wind shift. In the summer, the winds shift across the Sonoran Desert, coming from the Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf of California, and is full of moist air. This creates storms with high winds, thunder, lightning, and heavy rain.